So we see we should be brave and strong for the battle of Yahuwah. For that day, the battle of Yahuwah against the host of Belial and the judgment of all flesh. This is that great judgment day, and his people will be partakers of it. The mighty one of Yasharal lifts up his hand, his marvelous might, against all the spirits of the wickedness. The host of the warrior, mighty ones, gird themselves for battle. So here is the mighty ones. Here's the Malaks. Here's his people girding themselves for that battle. And the formation of the Kadash one. Prepare themselves. There's preparation that must take place. Preparation for the day of vengeance. For the mighty one of Yasharal has called out the sword against all nations. He's called out this sword. Remember, the scripture says that he has, the Most High has a problem with all nations, all people, including us. He's going to deal with us too. Judgment will be poured out on us also. We are not exempt. And our judgment will be first take place in the wilderness, 2/3 being cut off. So his sword is out against all nations, and he will do mighty deeds by the Kaddish of his people. He's going to do mighty deeds amongst the Kaddish of the people. And this brings me to the end of my notes in the scrolls. And yes, this has been very lengthy. I didn't know how many parts it was going to be. This is a scripture here I need to bring out. Zechariah 14:16 through 21. After all said and done, and it shall come to pass that everyone who is left. Now after this battle, there will be people left. Of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall go up from year to year to worship the King, Yahuwah of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. So these people must come up. Once again, this is the order from the Most High. We don't go to them. They come to the Most High. They come to the place where he chose to place his name, which is Jerusalem. This is the setup. I don't care what person you read in the Bible that says they went out, they went about, they went here, they went there. Listen, they wasn't operating the way it's supposed to be done. And this took us off track. This is one of the things that took us off track. And here we go being put back on track. And it shall be that whichever of the families of the earth, listen, no matter what family, do not come up to Jerusalem to worship the King, Yahuwah of hosts, on them there will be no rain. No rain equals drought, equals no food. If the family of Egypt, here we go, using Egypt for an example. And another thing, Egypt will not be completely destroyed where no one is there. You see, at this time, Babylon will be gone, will be finished. Desolation, and many other lands, desolation. But here we see Egypt. And he's using Egypt as an example. We see Egypt over and over, all throughout the scripture. Which shall not come up and enter in. They shall have no rain. They shall receive the plague which Yahuwah strikes the nation who do not come up to the Feast of Tabernacles. Showing the importance of this feast. Showing all families coming up need to partake of this feast. This shall be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of all the nations. Egypt first, using Egypt as an example. All nations that do not come up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. In that day, Kadash to Yahuwah shall be engraved on the bells of the horses. The pots in Yahuwah's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. Yes, every pot in Jerusalem and Yehuda shall be Kadash to Yahuwah of hosts. Everyone who offers, here's the offering. Here's people bringing offering once again. We see this in Ezekiel. We see Louis doing the work that Louis was commanded in Torah. Here we see them bringing offering. Everyone who bring offering shall come and take them and cook in them. See, here we go with the offerings. Bring them, take them, and cook in them. Cooking the offering. And you see people today collecting offering, collecting tithes, collecting money. And are people still falling for this tithing money doctrine? I don't understand. In that day, there should no longer be a Canaanite in the house of Yahuwah. So here he is making those crooked places straight, taking those things that's wrong and making them right. This have been, let me say this. This is the end. This is the conclusion. I didn't know how many parts it was. This is part 12. I guess I look back at it, 12 parts. I had no idea. I guess one part for every tribe of Yasharal. But let me just say, from this point up until now, the words that you've gotten, the words from the scripture, not from me, you should have a very good understanding. Before the wilderness, what happens according to scripture? In the wilderness, what happens according to scripture? And now, after this battle, you should have an idea of what's to come. This is prophecy. We're supposed to be occupied. Ecclesiastes says we should be occupied in prophecy. And this is what we're doing. This whole entire message is nothing but prophecy. And I'm glad to say it's not Bible prophecy. This is prophecy from the Most High's word. Again, you have to be strong. Yes, he's going to take the weak and make the weak strong. This is just a little pep talk here now. That's all I'm doing here. What I'm going to do, this has been long, this has been strenuous on me. I'm going to take a week or two off. But you have everything you need. The time is going to come. They're going to shut this internet down. We are in a time. Yahuwah spoke that word to me from the beginning of 2017. That this is the last call to come out of her. And then I held it. And I stayed in contact with him, went to give this message. And when we got to the end, that's when he allowed me to release that the final call. And I believe that our people heard this call, and this is going to bring the rest of the remnant that staggered, that lingered like Lot. They lingered, but they come out. And when they come out, this is when that last one, I said this on a video like 2 years ago, when that last one of his people come out, and he showed me this. When that last one come out, destruction, desolation, that's when it comes. And this is what he's waiting. This is what he's waiting on. Destruction will come after that. We have nothing to fear. Yahuwah is with us. We should know how to tap into his power. We should not listen to people that trust. I just read to you that have their refuge in a lie, a refuge in falsehood. That means their safety is in a lie. And they thinking this is that lie to be truth. That he's going to deliver us out of all these lands. But yet we see in Matthew 24, some of you will be delivered up to be persecuted, to be tortured, to be killed. We saw that. How is it? How is it these people are going to be killed and the others not? How is it he gets to chase the woman in the wilderness and go back to make war with the rest of the remnant that keep the commandment? How is it? You see, these people are trusting. Their refuge is in a lie. And they will go down with their lie. Wisdom is the stability of our time. We must have wisdom. In all you're getting, please get an understanding. Make sure you know the scripture. Make sure you study for yourself. Make sure, Yahushua said, take heed, let no one deceive you. Again, I brought all those messages out. If they was to take the internet from us today, you have enough that you should know what you need to do. You should have sight. And this is what the scripture says. The righteous will bring many to righteousness. And this is what we're seeing today. We came out of one lie from the Christianity. We went into another lie with these camps. And now there's another lie that's going on. And so it's a lie after a lie after a lie. That's why I say you have to have a relationship with him for yourself. He's doing something with his people. There's some things he's showing his people. He's showing us what goes, just like he showed them what goes on in the privacy of the king's bedroom, the wicked king's bedroom. He shows his people what goes on in the privacy. And this is something that hopefully you're seeing. He's showing you things, and it's something he just revealed to me that he wants me to reveal. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to reveal something that he showed me when I was in the States. And you may not like it, but this is something he wanted me to do. I had no intentions on doing it whatsoever, really. But it's kind of frightening, and you don't want to think about it. But it's true and it's real. And if you ask him, he will show you what's going on. How far are we? What is the enemy doing? What is his plans? What is his strategy? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? He will show it unto us. Let's see. Okay. For those that fight, remember, it's not time to fight. Don't fight over the name. Someone wants to come and discuss about this, about that. They want to, don't fight. This is not the fight. The fight is not, we need to know when to fight. The scripture said there's a time for war. There's a time for shalom. And we need to know these times. So we don't need to get caught up in these fights and allowing people. This pulls us away. This take us off of focus. This take us off of the Most High. And for the ones that come against, the ones that's in righteousness, curse it. Curse it be anyone that come against the righteous. Curse it be anyone that come against his word. Curse it is anyone that add to and take away from his word. And everyone, all the righteous should say, so be it. This should be our prayer. Curse it. Yahuwah is saying to us, make ready for the battle. He's telling us, you will partake of this battle. I know most people, especially in the churches, they didn't teach us these scriptures. They don't bring these scriptures out. And we didn't have any idea that we will be a part of a battle. We, had this, we don't have to do anything mindset, and he's going to do it all. How can he get the splendor when we do it and they're not understanding? We're just taking a part of his plan. We should find it. We should count it. We should be thanking him for being worthy to be counted amongst the ones that help and partake of his plan. It's a very, very high honor, and we shouldn't take that honor lightly. We must keep his word before us. We must know his word. Not only know his word, do his word. Someone mentioned about Paul saying, he knew, he believed the Torah and the prophets. It's one thing to believe it. It's another thing to do it. James said the demons believe and they tremble. We're not only to believe. We must be doers. Anyone can believe it. We believe that devil worshiping going on, but we don't do it. You see the difference in belief and doing? And when our people read that, they think, oh, he believed it, so he did it. No. You can believe and not do. And it's time up for ignorance. Yahuwah is about to stomp out all this ignorance. He's about to quench all the crazy lies, the madness, and he's going to bring forth light and truth. And this is that order that's being restored within his borders. I want to say $2 for those that stayed with me throughout these whole messages. I know I broke this up the way I did it. I only have 15 minutes to work with as of now, and probably, I don't know, forever probably. That's all I'm going to have to work with. Pray over these scriptures. Read this book. Read all of it. I just took the most important points out of it. And shalom be to the righteous that keep and do all his word, and cursed be the wicked. Make yourself ready. Get your mind ready for the battle. Shalom.